Hi, morning. Dr. Faith Brebner here. Dr. Faith Brebner, Deputy Chief Secretary, Secretary with responsibility for health, wellness, and social protection, Assemblyman for the area known as Belgan Glamorgan, which, by the way, runs all the way from Roxborough by the bridge. You all know where Weirdos is, to Kendall Farm School Junction. Yeah? Right. So, I'm doing my weekly check-in. I am actually just sitting here because I am waiting to go start a program, and I'll talk about that a little bit. I'm really excited about that program. I'm waiting to go do a program that is supposed to start shortly, but I decided I needed to do my weekly check-in now, or it will not happen. It will not get done, or it will not happen. So, what happened this week? Oh my goodness, this week was a lot. This week was kind of difficult. This week was intense. Started on Monday morning with a performance review meeting at Roxborough. You know, over the weekend we had to send out a press release from the Tobago Regional Health Authority about a situation where we had with the electricals. TNTech does what TNTech does. And we needed to ensure that all of our systems were up, all of our systems were running, all of our systems were in place. So we kind of did a whole overview of what happened, what we need to do. We need to ensure that we protect all of the equipment that we have. Listen, those expensive pieces of equipment that we get and we use, and we need to do everything in our power to ensure that they are protected, to ensure that they continue to provide the best use possible for the population that we serve. So I spent most of Monday morning treating with that, and then the staff they're following through with what needs to be done and that kind of stuff. So that was Monday. Let's see what else happened. What else happened after Monday? Oh, following that, see there was a I discovered that there was a, what do you call it, procurement training happening in Trinidad, yeah? And I decided that in addition to ensuring that my staff went to that procurement training, that I also went to that procurement training. Because with the new procurement legislation, with the new requirements that, all of the things we need to do, I want to ensure that the division is continually following the rules, that the division is being efficient, that the division is meeting all of the requirements. So I actually accompanied the staff to that procurement training that happened in Trinidad. I think that was maybe Wednesday, I think that was. Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember what day it was now. By the way, Olia, the days and them that just seem to, this whole week has been one long day, one long day. So that training was really, really good. I love the perspective that was taken by the group. It's a bunch of legal minds, so people who have actually had to litigate as it relates to procurement issues. There were people who are procurement specialists there, and we really, really did a deep dive into how do we ensure that the policy directions are clear, and that the implementation of whatever the policy direction is done in a manner that is legal and ethical and follow all of these procurement rules and regulations and all of the other rules and regulations and so forth that relate to that. So yeah, that was that. Oh, I actually had, listen, I'm sure my staff do not like it, but I actually had 7 a.m. meeting this week. During COVID, I used to have 7 a.m. meetings all the time, because it was the only time to get, for example, the medical people, to get them in and out of meetings and then allow them to go and do what they have to do. But this week I ended up having to do 7 a.m. meetings. Ooh, I hadn't done those in a while. But that meeting was basically a project meeting where we were going through all of the projects that we are doing at the division, and we were ensuring that those projects are in the best pace that they need to be, that they are progressing as they need to progress. Because this is the end of the financial year. We are closing accounts at the end of the financial year. We have to ensure that we are in a good stead at the end of the financial year, and we have to do the planning that is required for next financial year, and the planning now, so that as soon as we hear what is said in the budget, We know, how much money we have, how much money we're playing with in essence, and we could go from there. Yeah. So those meetings are happening, and even coming outside of that, we had a lot of follow-through meetings to ensure that all of the projects that we are working on, to ensure that they're in the right space, that they are progressing nicely, that we are actually following all of the rules that we need to follow, that the contractors are doing what they need to do, that my internal staff, that they are happy and that they are able to do what I am asking them to do, and so forth. So it really is every single day we have plenty work doing. Every single day it is, to be honest, it is more involved than I thought being a secretary would have been, because I need to ensure that we implement as outlined. Is every single day I am talking to staff. Every single day we are following through on the next steps. Every single day we are troubleshooting because there may be something that came up and we need to work on it. Every single day we are here putting in the work, and that is in addition, by the way, that is in addition to like the files that I have to sign off. I mean, the administrative stuff, the file signing off, the giving the approvals, those things, that usually happens at the end of the day after everyone is gone and I hear nighttime, because you spend so much of the day doing the stuff that needs to move, to cause the projects to move, that the paperwork has to wait until the day has slowed down, and you're kind of by yourself, and you could mail through the paperwork. And the last thing I want to talk about, I am so excited about this. We are finally at the division going to launch officially our health hygiene room. What is the health hygiene room, you ask? That is a room that we are opening at the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, where we will have, so it's a dual space. Part of it is where we will provide feminine hygiene products to our vulnerable clients. Because remember, we are health, wellness, and social protection, right? We already have vulnerable clients who come in. They're coming in for food, they're coming in for rental assistance, they're coming in for whatever. And we've now added the health hygiene part of it, where they're coming in for feminine hygiene products. In other words, the pads, the tampons, those things that seem to cost real plenty money, does cost real plenty money. So we are opening this up for, it's an additional service. So for example, when you get the food voucher, you don't have to worry about spending the food voucher on personal hygiene products, right? So we're doing that. And the other side of the room continues with our thrust to being baby friendly. We will have a breastfeeding room. Yes, at the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. So for our staff who may be mummies and need to actually breastfeed or need to pump while they are here, there is a space dedicated to that. For our clients who may be coming in with their babies, so they're coming in to get their assessment or whatever, and they have to breastfeed or they have to pump, there is a space dedicated for that. So we are going to launch that this morning. I am really excited. This week, honestly, this week has been tough. This week has been busy, but this week has been so rewarding, so rewarding. So that is my weekly check-in. I hope you all have a blessed week as well. I hope you all have a safe week. I hope you all go into this weekend and probably take a little rest going into the weekend. And yeah, see you all next week for the next weekly check-in. You all see, I'm doing these every week now. I'm doing these every week. I'm keeping up with my promise to do the weekly check-ins. Weekly, yeah. Again, Dr. Faith Brebner, Deputy Chief Secretary, Secretary with responsibility for health, wellness and social protection, and Assemblyman for the Bell Garden, Glamorgan area, right here with you, ensuring that we make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. See you all. Bye.